Okay, well, here it goes. This is this is the burn. Let's see. There we go. So normal thumb with the burn. So as you can see, this is what they call obviously kind of blister. So burns and blisters are pretty much about the same thing. It's just a blister is created by friction. This is called by fire. The cool thing to notice, though, I don't know if, let's see, yeah, I'll go sideways here because I have a little bit. So the flame kind of came this way, singed those air here. So basically, I got burned here as well because it got singed. But right away, I applied honey on that section. You can see there's a little bit of red here, and there's nothing here. The honey worked. So when you burn yourself, think about a bit of like a bullseye. So right at the center is where the maximum heat was. So either like let's say you put like an iron or something, and that part is the burn, which is pretty much like that blister here, and then the second part, the radiation. So the radiation heat from there will still burn if it's hot enough, and so that is that redness kind of over there and around the burn as well. So with this in mind, what this is doing is basically the burn was there. Honey would have not helped that because this is too much burn. So basically there was more inflammatory process and stuff. But the honey did help with the first degree burn, so the superficial burn, to prevent it from becoming worse, and that's why there's no pain, no redness and stuff. So honey was great, and it was not even like it was like normal honey because I was in the kitchen. So I put whatever honey. It's not even the new honey package that I have. Usually the Manuka honey, which is this honey right there, that is the best honey for any medical purpose. And obviously, again, I mentioned before, if you have the choice, if you can have a sterile medical grade honey, that is the best because there's no infections and so, especially for stuff like this. But if you can find, I mean, just those little things, it would have been a great use for what I had now. So now I clean my instrument, and we'll do a quick video on the dressing change. So and I'll follow up with other videos as my healing processing goes and stuff. So again, this is day one. This is the first. Okay, so day one, burns. If you missed the other videos, just go and see. So what I'm going to do now, I don't want to totally open up. I just wanted to ooze that liquid out. And so what I'm going to do is do just a little, you can do it with a needle. I'm just going to use the tool I have right now here. I'll do a little slit in there so that the liquid can come down, but the skin will still protect it. And then after that, I will put some, the gel that I was saying. And then, because this will be oozing a lot, I will be applying the little pad here so that absorbs. It looks like nothing, but this can almost take 4 or 5 times its size of liquid. So basically, it can absorb a lot of stuff. And then in 3 days time, unless there's again change in foul smell, pain, or anything like this, and I'll still be monitoring. I will reassess the kind of dressing that I need based on what the wound looks like. Again, to reemphasize, I am a healthcare professional. I'm trained in this. I have the gear at home. But please, please, please do not do that at home. This is just for information purpose. If you do have this same incident, you have to go see a healthcare professional and get the proper help so that they can assess you and everything. So that's we'll empty this and we'll be back. Okay. So I empty a little bit. Again, there's a there's kind of controversy on should you empty or not. The reason I did it is that it will be easier for me to make a dressing, and it will be more functional. Because if I have like a big chunk over here, and also the dressing that I'm using for the gel, it'll be able to cover the inside of it. I am not taking off the skin. I have a little hole there that I'll be able to apply the, because this has to be in contact, the gel has to be in contact with the wound, but the skin itself protects the burn. Actually, a lot of the dressings that major burns will get will be dead skin that they put on there, so that until they can regenerate their skin. So I'm not taking off the skin, but what I'm doing is emptying the liquid on it just to make a little bit more easier to make a dressing, and so that I can use my hand. I still have the numbness, but it's improved a lot since I emptied this, and actually it became a little bit more numb on the front, so it's quite an interesting feeling a little bit. So I'm feeling a little bit more over here, so that means that and it makes sense too, because the layer of fluid that was there, I couldn't touch the nerve, but now right now the skin is right on the nerve. So by applying the gel too, I may feel a little bit tingly because it will kind of work and protect, but it will replace it with kind of a better soup than what I have right now inside there, because there was all inflammatory process and stuff. With that gel, it's a little bit better. And then by leaving another entrance, all the bad stuff will be accumulating in my little sponge that I'm going to have. So that will be the second step. So I'll come back when that is done. Okay, so now I applied the gel on it, and then the next step that I'm going to apply, so there's a little bit inside of it and a little bit outside as well. So as the skin kind of creates its own environment and micro, and like I was keep talking about the soup and everything, as this will activate, I will put the little pad there, and hopefully this will create this because obviously some liquid will kind of come out of that, and this will suction over that. So this is with the gel. There's a little bit inside. As you can see, I kind of created a little, but again, I'm trying to keep as much skin as I can to create kind of a secondary dressing, and the gel itself mixing with that will create kind of an environment that will help the healing of the wound. So we'll put the pads on, and okay, so like I was saying, I put on it. First of all, not very easy to make a dressing by yourself. Second though, so right now, right over here, so the burn is kind of in that position right here. It was about that big. I rounded the little pad to absorb, and what I did after that is created a protection for the pad. It's still pretty loose. I made it very loose, but still very protected. I mean, there's no opening, because obviously if I leave an opening over here, things could kind of get in and on. So it doesn't mean that I have to, I can go in the lake and put stuff in it, but it's hold pretty well. It makes my hand functional. This is always the thing when you have burns in place like hands and stuff. It's to remain functional. A lot of time people think like to close like this. Let's say I would burn my whole hand here. You never close your fingers like this because of the swelling and the rehabilitation and nerve and everything. When we used to do them in the ICU, we would separate each finger so that you would keep the hand in a certain position. So right now, I mean, I can still use my hand. The thumb is pretty well protected. I still feel a little bit that numbness, and that's what I'll keep track of. And the good thing, again, I won't be able to do the cap refill over here, but this is pretty loose. But like I said, you'll need to keep an eye on it, or keep mind of it, because the dressing, as the inflammatory process and everything comes, the wound can expand or decrease and move in size. So you have to keep an eye. And so a good eyes that I'll press over here if I still feel my finger, like right now, like, you know, I can feel what I'm doing right now. So that's a good sign. I didn't lose all the nerve here. I'll press on the wound. As you can see, I mean, it's not very painful. Like I said, it's just like when I press here, I feel the nerve a little bit more, because there's no more skin. There's no more of that layer of protection to it. So basically, as much as possible, I will leave this for the next 3 days, and then in 3 days times, I'll take that off, reassess the wound, see where it is at, if it's oozing a lot, if it's not oozing a lot, and what did the dressing started to look. If it's not oozing a lot, then I'll choose a dressing that can accept low discharge. If it's oozing a lot, then I'll probably gonna have to use another pads and bigger pads, or depending if for example, if I start feeling fluid here, then I know the pad, because this is a Mepilex Light. So there's different size of it. As you can see, this is a little bit of a size to it, versus the other one was a little bit more thin. It's still absorbed, but it's just this one absorbed more than this one absorbed less than this one. And so hopefully we'll, like I said, in 2 or 3 days we'll recess, and I'll follow up with a video. Talk to you soon.